This is a series of films that tells the history of contemporary fashion photography as seen through the eyes of models. Hello, Kate.
Hi.
Thank you for coming and doing this. We can start off just by starting with one photograph, go straight into it. It all gets very serious straight away.
I know.
Okay, hold on a second. I guess we can find it. So that's the first photograph I'd like to start talking about. Cover of the face, Corinne Day.
Oh, it's so cute, isn't it? I mean, it reminds me, my daughter does that smile now. Like, her nose wrinkles up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I mean, it just seems like 100 years ago, because it was so many lifetimes.
1990 something?
I think 1990. We did have so much fun doing those shoots.
Yeah.
But then Corinne was so particular and didn't. We were best friends by that. I mean, we had to hang out. You know, we were hanging out.
So how did you meet Corinne?
On a casting for that shoot.
Okay. So she was looking for somebody. I think it was for that shoot.
Yeah, she was looking for someone.
Right. And so first of all, whereabouts was that shoot?
Camber Sands.
Nice.
Yeah, with Drew Jarrett, who was the hairdresser.
Yeah.
Dick Page, makeup. Melanie Ward, styling. Yeah. And me, and we'd just drive down in, like, I think Drew had like a VW Beetle. Yeah. And we'd all just pile in and just like do pictures.
Yeah. So from your point of view, what are you seeing? You're looking out from that perspective. So we're seeing you, and everybody knows that shot. But what were you seeing?
Corinne and that lot all just hanging out on the beach.
And what was Corinne saying to you?
Well, she was funny in the things that she would say, like, oh, that was really normal, like when she was hunched over in a flat that looked like a squat, and but it's not really what we were like. No. She was saying that she pictured us as how we were. I mean, some of the pictures in there definitely were, but it got more contrived as the years went on. Right. You know, like you wouldn't stand there with like pigeon toes.
But did she do a pose for you? Because I know.
No.
So she wasn't emulating you. So she wasn't kind of suggesting physically that you should
at
stand
that time she wasn't at all.
Right. Okay.
I was kind of, and she did. I think it was her first proper shoot, so it wasn't. She didn't really know what she was doing either.
But were you laughing out of happiness, or?
I don't really. I think. Yeah. I mean, we did laugh. We were stoned a lot at the time.
Yeah.
Everyone was smoking spliff. It was the 90s. I mean, we just, you know, and I was really young, and you know, it was funny, but at the same time, I was really embarrassed about my body.
Really?
Very, very self-conscious.
So how old were you, Kate?
14.
Really? Wow.
Or 15.
Yeah. Still at school?
14 or 15. Yeah, still at school. They came out when I was still at school, but nobody. They didn't have the face in newsagents then in Croydon.
Yeah. So, but did any of your friends see it?
Yeah, a few, but.
Yeah. And was it a big change when it came? I'm thinking this is the beginning of your career. Am I sort of right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of the first time I saw you.
Well, I did Mark Le Bon's cover before that one.
Right.
I was on a cover with Mark.
Yeah. For ID or for the face?
No, for the face.
Oh, really? All right.
So I was already at Crunch and stuff. I was already going up to London, you know, in my school uniform and going to Crunch, and which was like the mecca of fashion, I thought.
Right. Yeah.
It was.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah. I mean, it was so cool.
This little series here, which is the cover of the face, and there's the pictures inside. For me, the first time I saw you, I guess for most people, the first time I saw you, did those series of pictures make a change to your life? Did you feel something changed after those, or was it something else later that changed you?
No, it definitely made a change to my life, because that's when I started hanging out with Corinne in London, and you know, we'd just hang out in Bar Italia and see London. So, like, discovering, it was a massive, that was the changing thing of like discovering, wow, my goodness, there is a real. So after that, I think school kind of was really
faded
pushed,
into
to the side, and yeah, I was excited.
Yeah. So I mean, I've got a couple of Corinne pictures. There's this little series here, which are the first ones. And then there's that one, which isn't so well known.
No.
But it goes along with a
Much
little video.
later.
Is that later, much later on?
Much later.
That was a picture that goes with a great little video where you talk about nipples and being like fighter pilot's thumbs.
Yeah.
I think was the expression you used.
Boys like them like that, don't they?
Really sexy. And I've got that.
Don't you?
But that was taken at Corinne's flat?
No, that was, we went down to Bournemouth.
Right.
No, Blackpool.
Right.
Me and Rose Ferguson and Corinne, and it was like the first time we'd worked together in years and years and years. And there was pictures. We went to a stripper's place, and it was just, I mean, there was nothing to it. It was like Guinness. We lived. It was like, it felt like we were there for we were there for 3 days, but it was rotten. Like Guinness, fish and chips.
Yeah.
That's all we had to eat.
Nice.
And it was like going back to like the old days. Like, like, come on, we're gonna go and do oh, look at that electric fire. It's so amazing. That's what she was like. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that.
But was Corinne very sort of art reference? Because there's similarities between Corinne's work and Nan Goldin's work. I mean, that's what is said. But
I think at the beginning, I don't think it was. I think she really was like natural.
Yeah,
because at the beginning it wasn't like Nan Goldin. I think it got more Nan Goldin when she started getting into, like, when she got published in The Face, and then she started realising that she could get, like, you know, she was a rebel, and she was rebelling and getting things past, you know, like, no, it's really fashionable, but it, you know, some of it was just skanky, but she kind of wanted to get it into fashion magazines because that was her thing. Rebellious thing.
Well, it's still going on. Certain photographers I'm sure we'll talk about. You know, still have that kind of vibe to it. Still that thing. Can I just ask a slightly delicate subject, but only slightly, because you talked about Guinness and pies, and I know from working with you, you eat.
Yeah.
You always have eaten.
Yeah.
So how come all the waif stuff? Where did that come from?
I think I was just really young and thin.
Yeah.
That's what happens. I mean, my daughter's like tiny, and my mum said to me she was like, oh, well, I was as skinny as you when I was your age. I'm like, yeah, right, mother. And that's what my daughter says to me now. You know, she's like, yeah, okay, you're really thin. Like, it's just age, I think, you know, when you're a teenager. And then, of course, I was working, and in fashion, you know, back in the day, they didn't feed you. You don't have, they didn't really have, the jobs I was doing, they didn't have catering.
No.
So
it was pizzas and chips
or whatever.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird because I mean you've got really totally unfairly labelled for a lot of things in your life, especially from the press, and the whole wave thing and the heroin chic thing and all of that stuff. And
I'm a fabulous scapegoat.
You are.
I am.
But that's because
they still do it.
But that's because you sell.
Not even them. Like friends of mine still do it.
Oh really?
Like, oh, is that okay? It's her fault. I'm hungover. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, right. I didn't even see you until, like, you know, like they'll still use me. People.
But you are an amazing person to sell magazines and newspapers and everything else. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, I can't remember, I'm sure you work at Vogue now, you can ask them. But if they have you on the front cover, then the sales just rocket. I mean, it's just,
I know it's weird though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand. I mean.
Yeah. Anyway.
I know, exactly. Let's not question it.
Let's not question it,
because otherwise, no, you don't want it to
go. So moving on. So again, but I'm slightly ploughing the same furrow here. This is a picture that I actually own. I've only bought about 500 prints in my life, and this was one of them.
I do. I mean, that's in my bedroom.
Is it?
Yeah, Camilla. I was living with Camilla and Mark Le Bon.
Yeah.
And Corinne was like, I want to shoot in your flat. And it was just, it wasn't a flat, we had a room in Camilla's house. And, you know, we were really, me and Mario Sorrenti, and we were really young, and we just didn't, we had a mattress and a chest of drawers, and that was it.
It's a particular look. I mean, fashion-wise, it was a particular thing, and a very powerful thing, to have that sort of honesty and that fragility.
Well, it's not really, I mean, that's the kind of knickers I would want to wear.
Yeah. And
that's the kind of stuff that I would have worn. It wasn't like, you know, I didn't wear like push-up bras and, you know, and like G-strings or like, you know, expensive the perla underwear.
But you think it's what that way?
That's what we
why
were
it was
wearing.
so genuine, and that's why it touches people because it feels honest.
Yeah.
So I think.
I suppose. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I guess it's a guess.
It didn't feel wrong when I was doing it. It was not like I was doing an underwear shoot and I was being all kind of like, ooh, look, you know, with my.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It didn't feel sexual at all. It was very. I'm at home in my knickers, like I would be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's a beautiful photograph, and it's one of the, as I say, one of the sort of 4 or 5 prints I've ever bought in my whole life.
Really? Only 4 or 5? No, come on, you've got all those pictures of... What about the...
Buyers, the gallery, so they come in and they go back out again.
No.
Yeah.
They lend them to you?
It's a lovely thing about running an art gallery,
Jesus.
is that artists lend you pieces of work, so you can sell them, and when you've got them...
Can I buy that one?
Yeah, can, it's for sale.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have to have it.
Well, we'll sell it to you.
How much?
I don't know, ask Nick on the
Mates.
Yeah, mates, right, exactly.